You want to know about them? Don't worry about it. I don't mind.
The Kingdom of Anteria needs heroes, and you'll command 3 at a time as you work to liberate its lands from rampaging warlords. Part real-time tactical adventure, part village-building simulation, Champions of Anteria gives us a lot of ground to cover. One minute you'll fight wolves on your way to freeing a spy who's caught behind enemy lines, and the next you'll decide where to build huts for water carriers so your apothecary will have enough resources to craft health potions.
Hi!
These parts are interconnected, and the way they fit together is part of what defines the Champions of Anteria experience.
Hero O's!
First, let's start with the adventure. Wielding swords, arrows, spells, and even guns, you'll march into randomized missions that each represent a territory on the map. Succeed, and you'll add that territory to your kingdom, or liberate it from attack by one of the 3 hostile factions. Fail, and your heroes will live to fight another day, possibly with more resources at their disposal. During these action phases, you're in command of 3 of the game's 5 heroes who need to work together as a unit to survive. Each one has a basic attack and up to 4 special abilities, which range from powerful area of effect attacks to enemy stunning knockdowns to defensive buffs. What makes these especially interesting is that certain abilities need to be used to power others, and you'll likely find yourself making ample use of the active pause feature to set up devastating attack chains at the start of every fight. Even more interesting is the game's interconnected system of 5 elements: water, fire, metal, nature, and lightning, which are arranged on the wheel seen here. Each hero, enemy, and ability is associated with one of these elements, and that wheel is always on screen, reminding you that each element is strong against the one next to it going clockwise. So if you pit your fire-based gunslinger Baltazar against a metal-aligned enemy, he'll mop the floor with them. If they're aligned with water, he'll instead blink away ineffectually while taking immense damage. This makes your hero's formation important, and picking the right champions for a mission even more so. Luckily, the character select screen gives you a preview of which elements your opponents like to carry into battle. We mentioned healing potions earlier. You may end up using a lot of these, along with deployable crossbow turrets and other useful items. These are where the base building aspects of Champions of Anteria come into play. To create potions, for example, you'll need to build an apothecary in your growing village. But you'll also need materials for those potions, so you'll then need to build appropriate workshops for villagers to harvest those materials. You'll also need to build houses for villagers to live in, and before long you'll be erecting watchtowers to expand your territory and open up new spots for construction. Once your village is thriving, it generates new building and elemental materials each day, giving you a chance to turn them into useful items or use them to level up your heroes before heading into battle. Don't wait around to build up your stock, though. Each of your village's days counts as a turn on the world map, and if you don't mix it up with the other factions, they'll grow more powerful and mass to attack your territories. Besides, conquering territory is how you'll build renown, which in turn can be spent on a huge upgrade tree that can unlock all sorts of new items and other fun stuff. Should you manage to conquer another faction, you'll get to face off against their leaders in vicious multi-stage boss fights that will put all of your skills and accumulated resources to the test.
Is that all you've got?
While some missions might end with a tough fight against a commander, these are nothing compared to what the faction leaders will unleash against you. Get ready to face waves of hardened enemies and devastating attacks, and be sure to keep an eye out for anything you need to dodge.
Mortars fired!
Champions of Anteria will be available for PC on August 30th. For more on the game, keep it at Ubiblog.